It's the battle of Samsung's diminutive mid-ranges as we pit the successor to one of the most successful budget handsets of 2011, the Samsung Galaxy Ace 2, against the affordable mid-range reboot of one of the most successful handsets outright in 2012, in the form of the Samsung Galaxy S3 Mini. So let's take a look. First and foremost, being mid-range Samsungs, both handsets feature a predominantly plastic construction. The Galaxy Ace 2 shows a transitional design in Samsung's timeline, as they moved from the hard-edged aesthetic of their 2011 handsets to the more natural design language found in their 2012 device lineup. A design language demonstrated perfectly by the Samsung Galaxy S3 Mini, which in truth simply emulates the flagship from which it takes its name. The Galaxy Ace 2 features a dark blue plastic body with small touches of chromed plastic around controls, like the centralized home button, as well as around the display and earpiece. These reflective elements are also present on the S3 Mini, albeit with satin-finished silver plastic banding the display. Both hardware and touch controls, as well as the camera and LED flash, are in identical positions on both handsets. However, the Ace 2's headphone jack and loudspeaker are on the reverse of what's present on the Galaxy S3 Mini, whilst the microSD card slot, designed to take up to 32GB, is located under a tab on the lower right side of the handset, making it more accessible than the S3 Minis, which is found underneath the battery behind the removable back. In the hand, the look and feel of the S3 Mini is more premium and modern, fitting with the timeline that these two handsets follow. Being mid-range phones, both offer up a reasonable WVGA resolution, which is twinned to a 3.8-inch LCD panel on the Galaxy Ace 2 and a 4-inch AMOLED display on the S3 Mini. The smaller display size on the Ace 2 works to its advantage, making it marginally easier to distinguish small text and fine detail when performing typical tasks like web browsing, and side by side, its LCD tech ensures brighter white and therefore an overall brighter image. Having said that, the newer AMOLED display at work on the S3 Mini deals out better blacks, noticeably better contrast levels as well as colour vibrancy, and allows for significantly broader viewing angles without loss of brightness or clarity. The Ace 2 is one of the only devices out there with an 800MHz dual-core processor, in this instance twinned with 768MB of RAM. In its own right, navigating the UI feels solid, smooth and simple. There's the occasional instance of stutter, but such occurrences are few and far between. The 1GHz dual-core processor, 1GB of RAM and newer UI work towards a slicker overall experience, with those brief moments of lag occurring even less often, app launching and switching left feeling marginally faster, and 3D games running more smoothly. On top of that, the S3 Mini features twice the minimum inbuilt storage at 8GB and the newest iteration of Bluetooth 4.0. At launch, the Samsung Galaxy Ace 2 arrived with Android Gingerbread 2.3.6, but Samsung had adorned the stock experience with TouchWiz 4, which broadened functionality and added notable tweaks like connectivity toggles in the pull-down notifications drawer. The S3 Mini features TouchWiz Nature UX, an evolution of the overlay employed by the Ace 2, which is both better looking and more versatile. Both handsets employ 5MP rear-facing cameras complete with LED flashes and VGA front-facing cameras for things like video chat. Both phones produce wholly usable shots, albeit with no significant strengths. Detail was apparent, low light was better than expected, but high contrast, colourful shots lost a little punch in their creation. Video too was wholly usable, with the 720p HD footage including the sound returning what felt like an even result. Save for the camera, where the playing field felt perfectly level, the slight differences between two mid-range Samsungs which bookended 2012 have amounted to a clear winner. The Samsung Galaxy S3 Mini puts beauty ahead of age in this race, but brings with it performance and a more refined overall experience. The gap may not be huge, but it's there. The only thing to keep you tied to the Ace 2 will be its price, but we think the S3 Mini will drop to a more reasonable level soon enough, and as such, we'd rather wait.